Mercer. Good job coming in so nicely and quietly, and you look all neat and ready to go. You have a very special assembly this afternoon. We are honored by Marcel Day, who funded this assembly, and they brought today for your enjoyment and learning pleasure two young people who aren't too much older than you are. We have Carter, where's Carter? Over there, Carter. And Olivia, wave Olivia, and their dad, Jim. Carter, Olivia, and Jim Reese. Let's welcome them with a big round of applause. They are going to speak to you on environmental conservation. They will elaborate on that, and you will thoroughly understand it by the time they're finished. I would also like to recognize Mrs. Anna Dickinson. Give them away, Ms. Dickinson, who was instrumental in bringing this assembly to Hugh Mercer Elementary School. Thank you. Without further ado, I will turn it over to Olivia and Carter.
Good afternoon. I almost said good morning, but it's not morning. So, my name's Olivia. I'm 13 years old. Yeah, I'm pretty old.
And my name is Carter, and I'm 15 years old.
And my name is Jim, and I'm 28. Nobody ever believes me.
You'd have to multiply that by 2. Okay. So I wanted to thank you guys for letting us come here today. So before we go on, as you can see, Olivia had long hair, but now she has short hair. And that's due to the fact because she cut all her hair off to raise awareness about pediatric cancer. And she created a wig for someone and gave it to someone who can't grow hair anymore.
So our main message is that anybody can make a difference. If we can, you can too. Now can everybody repeat that after me? Anybody can make a difference. If we can, you can too. Good job. So our mission statement is, we are a non-profit organization dedicated to the preservation of endangered species and our environment. Our goal is to ensure the well-being of our planet for at least one more generation and beyond. So One More Generation started back in 2008. My aunt went to South Africa, and she called our dad while she was there, asking what her t-shirt sizes were. My dad asked her why she needed the sizes, and he explained that she wanted to bring us back t-shirts. My dad then said, "You don't travel halfway around the world and bring back t-shirts. Bring them back something cool." So the next day, she was visiting a cheetah rescue center, which offered 1-year adoption for cheetahs, and she brought us each back a certificate saying that we were proud adoptive parents of cheetahs. We were so excited. So the next year, when it was time to continue the adoptions, I asked my dad, why do animals even need to be adopted? And when he explained that unless agencies like the one I'm adopting our cheetahs from, there might not be any left for when I have kids. And that got me upset. So I looked at my dad and said, I want to save cheetahs so that way someday my kids could see them. And he said that someday when I get older, I can start my own company. Well, I thought he said, Daddy said we could start a company.
So for the next few days, we kept going to him and asking him when we were going to start the company. He kept telling us someday, someday. My sister and I started to feel like he was just trying to put this off, and he admits today that at first he was. But then he came to us and said, if you guys are really serious about this, I'll help you out. But we had to prove to him and my mom that we really wanted to do this by studying for 14 days straight all about endangered species and why they were becoming endangered. So he said if we could do this without ever being reminded, he would know we were serious and he would help us start it. So every day after school, when we came home, we would ask if we could go to the library or if we could have internet time, and we did our research. While all this was happening, our mom realized that each time we learned about another endangered species, we'd say, "Oh my gosh," or "OMG." Yeah, I know. And so she went to my dad and said, "If we're going to go through with this, we have to try to add the letters OMG into the company name, since that seems to be the emotion it evokes as we learned about the subject." So, on our 14th day of studying, our dad sat us down and told us that we needed to have a board meeting. We didn't really know what that was at the time. He said that if you have a company, you need to sit everyone down and make important decisions, such as coming up with a company name. I remember Olivia came up with names like "Please Feed Me" and "Please Adopt Me." I remember coming up with the name "Save Me for the Next Generation." My dad said, "That's it. That is what we need to do." So taking that and trying to match up OMG, we came up with one more generation. Oh, just quickly. So if you see on the to your right, it's Olivia's cheetah, Talala. Can everyone say Talala? And that means queen or princess. Who in here is a queen or princess?
Queens or princesses do we have in the room? Raise your hand. We got a few. You can get adults. Awesome.
Oh, we got adults. Okay.
So your guy's name is Talala. So you go home and tell your mom, "Yeah, your name is Talala."
All right. Now, raise your hand. Quietly raise your hand if your name is Dave or David. Okay, we've got one. Okay, I'm not going to try to single him out. Raise your hand if you know a Dave or David. Okay, good. Now he's not singled out. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is my cheetah's name is Deputsu. That means Dave or David in Afrikaans. Everyone say Deputsu. Yeah, that means Dave or David. So next time you see a Dave or a David, call him Deputsu.
So then, after we started our company, our goal was to help save every endangered species on the planet. So that way our kids and their kids could see and enjoy them. But then in 2010, something terrible happened, the BP Gulf oil spill. And so I asked my dad if we could get involved, and we contacted some people who were helping out with the animal rescue efforts, and they all asked for money, which we didn't have. So then they gave us a list of supplies that they needed our help to collect so we could bring it down and help the animals. So for the next 4 months, my brother and I went door to door to every school, church, and even Boy Scout troops we could find, and gave presentations on why they need to help us collect supplies. And then on my 8th birthday, we drove 11.5 hours down to the Gulf, where we spent the next 5 days working with the Marine Mammal and Sea Turtle Rescue Center. There were 146 sea turtles. Who likes sea turtles?
Okay.
There was 1 dolphin. Who likes dolphins? And there were 6 sharks. Who likes sharks? I know, isn't that cool? And lots and lots and lots of birds. Lots of birds there too, like pelicans and seabirds, stuff like that. Now, quietly, I want you guys to raise your hand if you know how to get oil out of a sea turtle's stomach. Yes. You forgot it?
All right, let's say they swallowed the oil. What do you do then? You don't know? You don't know? Oh, you don't remember? Okay. You don't remember either? You help them? Yeah. Oh, you help them. Okay, you help it get it up. Okay.
But a sea turtle is swimming around in the ocean.
Oh, okay.
Looking for food. He's having fun. And all of a sudden there's an oil spill. He's swimming around. All of a sudden he sees this black stuff. He doesn't know what it is, right? And he swims right in and he gets sick. And he swallows some of it. He gets sick. So then people have to come and find him and bring him to a place to try to make him feel better. Well, Carter and Olivia went to that place to help these sea turtles. And they found out there's a really cool way of taking oil out of the sea turtle's stomach. They're going to tell you now.
You actually take a syringe, which squirts things down someone's throat, and you squirt mayonnaise down their throat. I know, gross. Okay, shh. Quietly raise your hand. Who likes mayonnaise? Quietly. Quietly. Shh. Okay. Now, well, sea turtles don't like mayonnaise. Sea turtles don't like mayonnaise, and neither do I. But when you squirt it down, mayonnaise is thicker than oil. And it mixes around, and then they don't like it, so they throw it up. I know, it's gross.
And squirt it down his throat. And because he doesn't like it, boom, everything comes up. How was it when we saw that?
It was disgusting.
Guess what? All the oil comes out. And they go right. Isn't that great? So it's a great way to save sea turtles. So that was something cool we learned down there.
So then on our last day there, a professor right there, who was from Berkeley, California, came up to us and she congratulated us and then hugged us and thanked us for all the hard work we'd been doing. But then she came to us and said, "What are you guys doing about the environment?" It's a good question, right? My dad looked at her like she was crazy and said, "Are you kidding me? Haven't they done enough already?" And the professor threw her hands in the air and said, "I'm just saying, it takes me 6 to 8 weeks to rehab these sea turtles back to good health. Where do you want me to help? Where do you want me to put them when they're healthy again?" My dad said, "Back in the ocean. The oil's got to be gone someday. There's got to be clean parts of the ocean you can put them." But oil wasn't her problem. Plastic pollution was. And that was the first time we'd really heard about plastic pollution. Who here knows what plastic pollution is? Okay. And what does it mean? You forgot? Okay.
Anybody else? Yes.
Oh, wait.
Repeat it.
Okay, so she said it's when you put lots of plastic in the ocean. Yes, that's a type of plastic pollution, and that's what they were dealing with here. So then we sat down, and she said that there's more plastic pollution in our oceans than all the oil being spilt globally. That's a lot, right?
So here are some facts we learned about plastic pollution. Did you know that the average adult American uses 200 to 400 plastic water bottles every year?
Think about that. Average adult in America uses 200 to 400 of these bottles every single year. Isn't that a lot? That's crazy. Do we need these? You can buy yourself a reusable water bottle, right? And fill it up yourself, and you'll never need to buy these. Wouldn't that be a great way to solve this problem? Yeah, you guys can do that. Go home and tell your mom and dad, we don't need plastic water bottles anymore. Right? That's a great way to do it, because look how many bottles one adult uses every year. That's a lot. 200 to 400 bottles. Crazy, isn't it? What's next?
So, or did you know that the average American uses 500 to 1,200 plastic bags every year? How many bags do you think the bag monster is wearing? Yes. Close, 500. Yeah.
And so bag monsters when someone uses 500 bags. Now, if you see a bag monster, what are you going to do? Boo, right? Can we say that?
Say boo!
Yeah. So if you see a bag monster, that's what you want to do. Okay? Just letting you know.
So, a person that goes grocery shopping and uses all plastic bags, and goes again and uses all new plastic bags, and again and all new plastic bags. They're using too many bags. They end up looking like this. We don't want to see that, do we? You want to see that? No, that would be gross. That would be gross. So what could you do instead of using plastic bags? You could recycle. You could also use reusable bags, right? And then you don't need plastic bags. So it's another thing you can help with your mom and dad at home when they go shopping. Say, Mommy, can we please consider getting a reusable bag so we don't need to be bag monsters? Because nobody wants to be a bag monster, right? No.
And also another one, did you know that in America we're using over 500 million plastic straws every single day? Isn't that a lot?
We have 300 million, right? Huh? We have guys. It is true because, listen, we have over 300 million people in the United States. I know it's a lot, right? But that says 500 million. It's 1.6 straw for every man, woman, and child. You may not realize it, but some people could be using over like 3 in a day when you're only using 1. So it just accumulates to that much. It adds up.
That's crazy, that number, right? How is that, put that in perspective, how many buses could we?
Yeah, so to put that in perspective, 500 million straws can fill 127 school buses every day.
127 school buses every day worth of the straws we're using in America.
Or more than 46,000 school buses every year. Isn't that a lot?
That's crazy, isn't it? 46,000 school buses every year, and none of them ever get recycled. They all end up in a landfill, where animals can find them and accidentally eat them and die, right? So we don't need to use straws, do we? Tell them you want your drink without a straw from now on, right?
So then we hired 2 teachers and a retired principal, and we created our award-winning Plastic and Recycling Awareness Curriculum, where it teaches kids and adults about plastic pollution, and more importantly, how to immediately start being the solution. Do you think you guys can be the solution to plastic pollution? Yes. Yes. Next one. So now we're going to show you some images of effects of what plastic pollution does.
All right, so I'm going to stand up. I'm going to need this just in case. Okay, so does anyone know what type of bird this is? Just quietly, I'll pick on you. All right, you. A seabird, yes, it's the largest living seabird.
No, bigger than that. Pick somebody else. Okay, bigger than that.
No, okay. Oh, over here?
A pelican? No.
No.
Pelican? No. Bigger than that. Tell me what it is.
It's called an albatross. I know. Everybody.
Everybody say albatross. Now, albatross are the largest living seabirds in the world.
They have a
wingspan of over 10 feet. I am 6'2". Their wingspan is bigger than I am.
So Olivia would basically have to get on top of him.
Yeah, if Olivia was on top of my shoulders, that's how tall the wingspan is in that bird. It's amazing, right? But guess what? The bird goes and lays the egg. The egg hatches, and what does the baby want? Food. So the mom takes her 10-foot wings up, and she soars over the ocean. What is she looking for?
Food.
Food and fish, right? And she's soaring over the ocean, and she sees something shiny on the surface. What does she think it is? She thinks it's a fish, right? So she goes what? She scoops it in. Now she flies back. She scoops it in her mouth. She flies back. How does a mommy feed a bird feed its baby bird? They throw it back up in the baby's mouth. Aren't you glad your moms don't feed you that way? Yeah! But guess what? So this albatross is soaring over the ocean. It's picking up whatever it finds, and it's going back and feeding it to the baby. This is a baby dead albatross. And inside his belly, what's inside his belly, Carter?
So, yeah.
Yeah. What is it?
If you look right here, this is a cigarette lighter.
Cigarette lighter.
Yeah.
In his belly.
Bottle caps.
Caps from the bottle, like this one right here.
Tags. Plastic tags and pieces of plastic bags.
In his belly. So the mommy was just looking for food. She didn't know she was scooping up part of it was trash, and she fed it back to the baby again. Baby has no choice but to swallow it, right? Unfortunately, the baby was fed too much plastic, and this is what happens, which is sad. So what we have to do is try to prevent plastic trash from even ending up in the ocean, right?
alligator snapping turtle. And what happened is when turtles are babies, their shells are very soft. So this guy swam through a little bottle ring and it got caught and it never broke. The plastic piece never broke. And so this is how he grew, and he grew deformed. So he sadly died.
All right, so what do you guys think this otter is doing? You don't know? It's an otter. No, it's not eating the plastic bag. Right here. Making them die? He's not doing that. Right there. Black dress, huh? What are they doing? Eating plastic? No. They're actually, the baby swam up under the bag. So that's this baby right under there. And it's trying to save it by taking the bag off. This is a form of entanglement. Can you guys say entanglement? Yeah. So what does that exactly mean? It means that when something's for example, when something's swimming, they get caught up and they can't get out of it. Luckily, the camera person in this picture did go and take the bag off. Yeah.
So quietly, everybody raise your hand and, not yet, raise your hand and tell me how many jellyfish are in both pictures. Yes. Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah. 10, okay. 20. Let's get from this side. Yes. 8. Yeah. 10, another 10. Well, actually, there's 3. 3.
One. That's 1, 2, 3. There's only 3. The rest are all plastic bags. Plastic bags. You can see here, there's a Walmart shopping bag.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
So there's only 3. I showed you 1, 2, and 3. And the rest are all plastic bags. And if you look here, this is a Walmart shopping bag. And it says thank you on it. So if you can see, if we're mistaking these for jellyfish, what do you think animals are doing? They're mistaking them too. So who here likes ice cream? Who here likes ice cream? Okay. Well, who here likes jellyfish? Like a live jellyfish in the water when it could sting you. You guys like jellyfish to eat? You like to eat jellyfish? You do? Well, so Well, sea turtles don't like ice cream. They like jellyfish. And so, as you can see, he goes over and he starts to eat it. And it starts going down and down and down. Do sea turtles have hands? No. What do they have? Flippers. And they can't come around and grab it out of their mouth, can they? No. So they have to keep eating and eating it. And this is another form of how they can mistake things, and like you did, for a plastic bag. Uh-oh.
You mentioned a plastic bag.
Guys.
Wait a minute. I thought this was a plastic bag party. No? I thought all of you came out here to meet the bag monster. No? Oh my gosh. I mean, like, why? What? I don't know what to do. No, don't pull. I don't know what to do. You don't like me? How about a high five? No high five? Oh my gosh. Okay, guess what, guys? Guess what, guys? I got a question for you. How many plastic bags does the average adult use in 1 year? Young man, you had your hand up. Yes, 500, and that's how many bags I'm wearing. Because that's how many bags. So every time you see somebody using plastic bags, they're probably bag monsters like me. And we don't want that, do we? No. We don't need these, do we? No, not at all, right? And if you guys look at these pictures and you saw all what you thought were jellyfish on there, poor sea turtles, when they see plastic bags in the ocean, they see the same thing. They think it's a jellyfish. And that's sad, isn't it? We don't want that to happen. So, how many of you want to be bag monsters? No. Thank you. That's awesome, guys. Make sure you say no to plastic bags, okay?
All right, so let's get Bag Monster out of here. No, go. All right, guys. All right. Okay, Olivia's gonna explain about something now, so you gotta be really quiet.
Okay, so who wants to be a bag monster? Nobody, right? No. So next time you see your parents at the grocery store and they're buying a plastic bag, you're gonna say, "Not in our house." Say that after me. Not in our house. Yeah. Okay. So then, when on the environmental conservation topic, we created a nationwide One Less Straw pledge campaign, which we run every year, where we ask everyone to sign a pledge and get their friends, their brothers, siblings, their parents to do the same. And the pledge says that you will agree you will not use any straws for the entire month of October. Yeah, no straws for the entire month. And if you accidentally use a straw, the pledge says that you will pay $1 into our environmental education fund. So if you catch your parents doing that, they have to owe you $1. Yeah. Hey guys. So we even have cool prizes for people to win for getting the most pledges and restaurants signed up. And we also have material for restaurants, such as table tent cards and campaign buttons. And the campaigns buttons say, "Plastic straws suck. Do you?" Isn't that funny? Yeah? No?
All right, so quickly, we're gonna go back a little bit. Who, quietly, very quietly, who remembers why we started OMG? Quietly. In orange shirt. Yeah. To help the animals? Good job. For future generations. So, now, you guys already, you guys, we believe, already wrote letters to the president of Indonesia asking him to stop cutting down the rainforest, right? Yes, okay. And that's saving orangutans. So this is a picture of us with orangutan. Her name is Rishi, yeah?
Can you guys tell which one of these characters is Carter in the picture? Where's Carter? Is he in the middle? He's in the middle, right?
All right, so we're gonna give you just a few facts about about orangutans and everything. So we started One More Generation in 2009. So, oh, wait. Yeah, we started in 2009. So, going back a little bit, how old am I? Okay, and how old is Olivia? Okay, good. Good, you guys are listening. All right. Okay, so how many of you have ever seen an orangutan in the wild? Not in the zoo, in the wild, like in the rainforest. You saw one? In the rainforest? Where were you? You forgot where you were? Okay. How are you? Yeah. You were watching? On TV? How about the zoo? Who's seen one in the zoo? They're cool, aren't they? Yeah, they are. They're really cool. So in the 1900s, guys, shh. In the 1900s, there were around 315,000 orangutans in the wild. And recently, there's only 55,000 individuals of the Sumatran, and there's only 1,600 of the, 6,000 of the Bornean. All right, now quickly, how many types of orangutans are there? Quietly? 2, good job. 2, the Bornean and the Sumatran. And you can see how cute the babies are. So, okay, I'll tell you something quick, how to tell them apart. Now, the main way to tell them apart is their color. As you can see, this one is really orange, very orange. And this one is like a darker orange, like it's kind of like a brown. And so you can see that this one has smaller of these like cheek pads than these do. So those are the main ways you can tell the difference.
So everybody see the cheek pads on this male right here? You see the big cheek pads on this male here? Like big cheek pads, right? Everybody put your hands up like this. Look at that. I hope we got some cameras getting this. It looks so cute. Now, guess what? We found something very interesting. The males can generate these cheek pads, not the females. But only one male in an area will grow cheek pads. The rest of the males won't.
So all the boys go like this.
So only the boys in the audience go like this now. Guess what? In orangutan language, in the orangutan world, girls love males with big cheek pads.
Ew, right?
So guess what? Listen up, guys. If you were living in the jungle, and there was a whole area where there's all kinds of orangutans, right? Only one male would have the cheek pads, and all the girls would hang out with them. But guess what? If that one male dies as he gets older, or if he runs off and leaves, one other male will just start growing the cheek pad, and nobody knows what triggers it. Isn't that cool? So if you go to a zoo and you see one with the cheek pads, you know it's the most dominant male in there, and you'll know that it's a male because it has cheek pads. And that's pretty interesting, isn't it?
So, real quick, do you guys know the difference between a monkey and an ape? Yes, what is the difference? Kind of. What it is that the monkeys have tails and apes don't. Isn't that cool?
What do you guys think this is?
No, the tail, no tail.
Okay, so here's a new word for you guys. Fruit. All right, repeat this after me. Frugivorous. What does that mean?
Oh, she said frugivorous means that you forgive people.
Oh, okay. It actually
Good guess.
is they like fruit. Frugivorous. You know how there's carnivorous and
How many of you are frugivorous?
who likes fruit?
Like fruit, right?
That's what the orangutans love. And okay, and quickly, what is a group of orangutans called? Just like lions have, no, it's not a pack, that's, well,
The question was, what is a group of orangutans called? You have your hand up? You want to guess? No? Go ahead.
a flock,
Flock? What do you think?
herd,
You not sure? Yeah,
a pack, no,
Tell them what it really is.
it's actually called a congress. Yeah, I know, it's different.
Like any congressman that you've seen before?
Yes.
All right, let me ask you a question. We told you orangutans like to eat fruit, which is why they're called frugivorous, right? Now, can anybody just raise your hand? Don't say a word. Just raise your hand. I'll call on you. Tell me something that is a pollinator. Yes, what is a pollinator? Give me an example. What kind of monkey? You guys listen up. I can't hear her. Right, but I'm asking about a pollinator. What's a pollinator? Like a bee or a bird, right? Or a butterfly. They fly around, they land on the plant, there's pollen in it, they fly to the next one, and they leave some of that pollen there. And then you get more plants, more trees, right? Well, guess what? Do you think orangutans can be pollinators? Guess what? Orangutans are actually a type of pollinator. You know how? Carter, tell them how. Yes, how? Hang up, guys, hang on. Here's the answer. Okay, so I asked if he knows how an orangutan is a pollinator. He says orangutans eat fruit. Hang on, guys. They eat fruit, which have seeds in it. He says they spit seeds out. He's almost correct. They don't spit them out, they swallow them. And what do they do when they're done eating? They poop. Guess what? So an orangutan, eats all this fruit. He goes off in the woods, he does his business somewhere, and there's seeds in there, right? And guess what? It grows a new plant. And then he does it again somewhere else, and it grows a new plant again. So orangutans are very important to the ecosystem. Some people call them pollinators. Olivia likes to call them poopinators. Who plays soccer? Who plays soccer? Raise your hand who plays soccer. Put your hands down. Listen. Did you know that in the jungle in Indonesia, where these guys live, people are cutting down the rainforest. And listen up, we're cutting down 100 soccer fields worth of rainforest every day. Isn't that sad? You guys know how big a soccer field is. We're losing 100 of that for deforestation every day. What's causing it, Carter?
It's from the logging industry, which goes and cuts down all the trees. The palm oil industry, which cuts down trees and then plants different ones that aren't exactly good for the orangutans. And also the mining industry. They go out and they mine for different minerals. Okay, yeah, just like I said, the oil palm, the logging, forest fires as well. Because of all that deforestation, there's not enough moisture in the air, so it causes forest fires. And also, the last one, the hunting and the pet trade. So when they go and cut down all the trees, the mom will try to protect its babies, and then the poachers will hunt them, and they'll kill them. And then the babies are sent to the pet trade, so that they're sold as pets.
So, I want you to listen to what Carter just said. There are a lot of different reasons why people are cutting down the forest for these four animals, right? One of them is the logging industry because they want the timber to build furniture. Another one is for the palm oil because they want to grow different types of trees there to produce this palm oil. All of that deforestation is causing forest fires. Then you have the mining companies going in and they want to look for gold. So they cut down all the trees. Right? They don't care about the animals living there. They just want to cut down everything. And so you have forest fires. And then you have poor babies running around who have no mommies anymore and they steal them and they try to sell them. Who can tell me, you got to raise your hand, please don't say a word. Raise your hand and tell me what the number one threat is to orangutan. Number one. Hang on, listen up, listen up. That's one of them? Yes, Emily. Okay, what else? Good. The main one. Hunters? No.
The main
One is what? Habitat loss. Habitat loss. So the animals are losing their habitat. It could be the logging industry, it could be the palm oil, it could be the mining industry, right? It could be forest fire. Bottom line is they're losing all their homes. If they have no place to live, what are they going to do? They're going to die off, right? So that's why it was so important for you guys to write your letters and to draw your pictures, because Carter and Libby are going to go to Indonesia. And they're going in November, and they're meeting with the Indonesian government, and we're going to bring all the letters that you guys wrote in the pictures, and we're going to hand that to them and say, look, kids all over the world care to save about these species. So you guys did a great job with that, right?
So these are like the pictures you drew.
Another thing that you guys can do is you guys can adopt an orangutan.
Who wants to adopt an orangutan? Wouldn't it be cool?
So what you can do is go to websites, and doesn't mean the orangutan comes home with you. It just means that you're putting money to let them go back into the wild someday. Would you guys still like to do that? Yeah.
Okay. So Carter and Olivia, you know what they do? When they get their birthday money or their allowance, instead of buying toys, you know what they do? They adopt animals. Isn't that cool? So they have already a blind baby rhino named Nicky that they adopt. They have 3 cheetahs. They used to have a baby elephant named Moses, but unfortunately Moses died. Moses was so sad because his mom was killed by poachers that Moses gave up. But they also have 2 fruit bats. 2 fruit bats. They have a whale shark, a giant whale shark, and they have an orangutan. Which is pretty cool. Olivia, tell them about your orangutan and what its name is.
Next slide.
Microphone.
So his name is Chocolate, and the reason why his name is Chocolate is because one day a man was going into a store in Indonesia to buy a piece of chocolate. And so the guy behind the counter sold him some chocolate, and then the guy behind the counter said, "You look like a rich tourist. Can I sell you something?" He was like, okay. So he went back into the back room with him, and he lifted up a tablecloth, and there in a tiny cage, chained up, was a baby orangutan. And the guy felt so bad for the orangutan. He bought the orangutan and brought it to the animal rescue center. And now they named him Chocolate, and he's being rehabbed to go back to the wild.
Now, I'm going to need 3 volunteers. Olivia, you want to pick one? Just one. Pick one.
Can the teacher pick one?
No.
One.
Young lady?
Yeah.
Come on up. Young lady? How about Brendan? Where's Brendan? Come on up. All right, so come on up here. So, this is what we're going to do. Watch this, guys. We need your help with this, all right? So, your name is? Brendan Dowling. Your name is? Nevaeh. And your name is? Mallory? Mallory. Everybody give them a round of applause first. they adopted chocolate. We're going to reenact what happened. So you are going to be chocolate. Does that sound good? Come over here. Now, chocolate was captured by some bad people because they wanted to sell chocolates to some tourists, right? So if some bad guy captured the orangutan, they put him down here, bend down against the thing, bend down, and we put him in a small little cage. So now you're in a cage. Pretend like you're in a cage and look sad. You're sad. So she's caught in a cage now, right? She doesn't like that. Nobody wants to be in a cage, right? Now, you are going to be the tourist, and you are going to be the store owner. So come over here. You stand next to her. Stand, matter of fact, in front of her, so the tourist can't see her. It's all right? So she's hidden. You come in the store, and you ask if she has some chocolate.
You have some chocolate?
Really loud so everybody can hear.
You have some chocolate?
Yes, I do. And hand it to him. So he just bought some chocolate, but you see he's got money. So what are you going to say? Hey, you want to buy something special? Yeah. And what do you say? Well, what do you have? What do you have? Ask her, what does she have?
What do you have?
Say, come, I'll show you. I got something really special.
Come here, I'll show you. I have something special.
So you step aside, and then we see the little poor chocolate. Show her. And now, what do you say? Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Stand over this way.
I want to save her.
Give her some money. You say thank you. Just gave you money.
Thank you.
And you grab something here. And you take her home. So give him a round of applause for saving chocolate. Should we ever buy a native species or a wild animal?
No.
In this scenario, we did because there was nobody to go to. But here in the States, if you see somebody trying to sell you a wild animal, you should tell an adult. Tell your parents. Tell your teachers. Because we should never, ever bring a wild animal into our home, right? An adult might do that to help protect it, but then they bring it to a rescue center.
Yeah, so don't ever just buy the animal because you think it's cute. Tell someone. But if in a situation like this, if you don't, only do it if you're going to bring it to a sanctuary.
Get an adult.
Get an adult to do it.
Right. So that just shows you this guy bought the poor orangutan to save it because there was nobody else to help. And he brought it someplace so they can take care of it. Now, something cool about babies. Go back one. Huh? 2 seconds. All right. Really cool about baby orangutans. You know what they're like? Just like you guys. They're just like me when I was a baby. Orangutans are almost the same identical DNA as humans. So when you're born, your mom and dad have to take care of you and feed you, right? And they have to teach you. But guess what? When an orangutan is born, it's the same thing. They don't know how to find food. Guys? Listen up. We told you some of the things that orangutans like to eat. Fruit was one of them, but they also love insects. And guess what? They love insects. So, if Carter worked in a sanctuary that helps baby orangutans, you know what he have to do? He would have to teach it how to eat. Carter, how would you do that? Step down here and show me. All right, so this is a baby orangutan. It's a chimpanzee, but we'll say it's an orangutan. And Carter has to show it how to eat. And they like termites. So Carter, what are you going to do? He's going to pick up a piece of wood that's filled with termites. And he's going to hold it to his mouth like he's going to eat it. Do it. And termites are crawling in his hair and down his shirt, and they're everywhere. And he doesn't like it, but guess what? He has to keep doing it. And then he puts it down on the ground, and he picks it up again, and he pretends like he's eating it. And guess what the baby's doing? The baby's watching. And after Carter does that a few times, Carter gives him a piece of wood. And what do you think the baby's going to do? Pick it up and put it in its mouth, right? And guess what? The baby's going to taste its first termite and go, this tastes good. and they're going to start eating it. So that's why it's very important for people to rescue these poor animals and to teach them how to find food for themselves so that we can release them back to the wild someday, right? So I think we're going to do a Q&A now. That sounds good. Who's going to do the microphone? Oh, okay, right here. Sorry. So what we're going to do, we're going to let you guys ask questions of Carter and Olivia quietly. You have to raise your hand, and then you will tell.
I'll come around. Yes. All right. How about I start on this side? Mallory, I wish I could call on you, but you were already a great help. So I'm going to come back here. Somebody has a really good question. He would like for you to explain how you save orangutans. I know you've told us a little bit about that, but can you tell us a few more things? Good question.
The first thing is obviously adopt orangutans. That's probably the best way to do it, is start by adopting. Or you can go to our website at onemoregeneration.org and you can look up some information, and then you can do your research and you could raise awareness about them, bless you. And that's probably the first step you could do.
All right, on this side, I'm looking. Zio, I see your hand. I can get to you. Hang on, you got to whisper it in my ear first. It could be like an incredibly great secret. Hold on. Okay, this is Zio. He wants to know, orangutans are not the only animals that you might be able to adopt or save. Are there other animals that they could look up on the internet and perhaps save?
Yes, there are.
Yes, there are. There actually, you can adopt a lot of different animals like rhinos, elephants, snow leopards, dolphins. It's all sharks. You can do it all, but in order to get them back out into the wild, or all your money goes to feeding them, to caring for their needs if they're hurt, to bringing them back in the wild. So those are the main, you can do basically any animal.
And how about our last question, a teacher question? Do I have a teacher who wants to ask a question? Come on. Nobody? All right, I'll ask a question. Guess what I've eaten before? Termites.
They're good in protein. All right, well, so guys, remember our number one, Guys, so remember, our number one message is anybody can make a difference. If we can, you can too. And that's the end. Thank you. So, just 1 second. Guys.